times is God going to harvest the world?
3 times.
3 times. So, if we know that one of the harvests was the Old Testament saints, and that took place in Matthew chapter 27, verse 50, then we're looking for 2 more harvests.
Yeah.
Okay? Where people get resurrected, okay? That people get resurrected. There has to be 2, but they have to be separate. You understand? You can't try to bring your fruit with your wheat.
Right.
You can't try to bring your barley with your wheat. You understand? There are 3 separate harvests. So, the next harvest is called the wheat harvest. Okay?
That's us.
Write this down. Look up wheat harvest. How does that connect to Christ?
Isn't that us? Aren't we the wheat harvest?
We are the wheat harvest. We are the wheat harvest. Okay? Because God said, better sheet in the first fruit, in the first fruit of the harvest. Okay, it's going to be who? Bar, my son. How is he going to become the first fruit? Thorns on his head, on a tree. He'll be the gift to man, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put it. So I'm giving you his plan. Now, when you look up wheat, what are you going to find? You're going to find everything that's linked to the wheat harvest, and then you'll see in your study of the wheat harvest, you'll see that the Lord of the wheat harvest is who? Jesus Christ. Okay? Now, the last harvest of the Jews is who? What's the last harvest in natural, just in the natural earth, in the course of things? How is Israel harvested?
Isn't that the
barley?
The fruit harvest?
Barley first, yes. Summer. The end of the summer is the wheat harvest. Now, in the fall, they have to come back to Jerusalem again and present what? The fruit harvest. Who is the fruit harvest?
The Jews.
The Jews are the fruit harvest. You understand? If someone is a Christian and they get saved during the tribulation, that means you're wheat. You're supposed to be with the wheat harvest.
It's been gone.
You were supposed to be gone. You're supposed to also already be wrapped up in the master's barn, celebrating. You understand? This is how you teach rapture, okay? And second coming. You don't teach rapture and resurrection and second coming by learning a few things in the New Testament. You got to go all the way back to Torah and say, if God is harvesting the world, how does he harvest it? So I know now that the fruit harvest, which is what? Grapes, pomegranates, all of these things. So now when you go back and you read the scripture, and God will say, I planted a vineyard, okay? Okay? But the grapes that it produced were not, it only produced thorns and thistles. I came looking for grapes. I came looking for fruit, but it only produced thorns and thistles.
Sin.
Okay? So now, at the very last of the harvest, in Revelation chapter 14, he takes out he doesn't use a winnowing fork, because a winnowing fork is for what?
Wheat.
Wheat. What does he use in Revelation?
Thistle.
A sickle. You cut the fruit off the tree.
Yep.
Okay? It says, take your sickle. Okay? Because the harvest is ready. You don't take a sickle to gather wheat. Okay? So now you have 3 separate harvests. Who planned this harvest? Whoever said Rashid, first fruit. Because you can't have a harvest if you don't have a first fruit. So whoever planned the harvest knew that there would be a first fruit coming up out of the ground, and you're going to present that to God. Okay? Then you know that after you present that first fruit, you're going to work the ground again, and once you work the ground, now there's going to come a time for harvest, and now you're going to take the first fruit of that harvest, and you're going to present it to God. Okay, then you're gonna go and then you're gonna say, okay, the barley's in the barn, the wheat is in the barn, okay, now we gotta go and till the ground again. Okay, so now in the tribulation, they're tilling the ground again for who? For the wheat.
Oh, for wheat.
I mean for the fruit. Sorry, you were right. For the fruit, okay? So that's how we present, okay? Now, when you come back next week, you're gonna have what words? Briars and thorns. Thorns and briars. Find a couple of scriptures and just tell me how they pertain to evil or Satan. And then you're gonna look up what? First fruit and wheat harvest, okay? And in that, you're just gonna find what? The gospel. The gospel. Okay?
You should have your books by then, so have your money by then.
Okay.
That's from Pastor Denver. Okay? And that's going to be the end of the class today. And when we come back, we're going to study all of those things. We're going to study the harvest. Ruth harvested, right? Ruth came back. Boaz was the Lord of the harvest. Okay?
I'm gonna,
What?
I was trying